Slice of pizza. Once you do this, then you separate your circle into however many, 3 to 6 sectors. So I could leave it like that. I could draw another one. Then you're going to highlight a sector, and this would be the sector that the rest of the project will be based on. We need the center of the circle to draw the sector.
Why do you want to draw a sector?
Because these are your different planting areas. You might put tulips here, and you might put a rock bed there, and you might put daisies here.
I had one just like this on the EOC.
It was the sand.
Yeah.
But you know what? I didn't even see that review until I made up my own problem.
Well,
Isn't that amazing? Okay, so anyway, so that's the beginning of your project. Some people have printed it out. Make sure you use the formulas I have requested. If you do not use the formulas I have requested, you will not get credit for that part, okay? Yeah, if you're B, you do the B circle. If you're A, you do the A circle. I think A is the front yard and B is the backyard. All right, so Mike, I've given you answers on this worksheet, so I need to know what would you like to see. Let's start with triangle sum worksheet real quick. Kayla. 3. All right, on this worksheet, and hopefully you all went and listened to the end of the notes that I couldn't finish. On this worksheet, it was all about getting inside the triangle. So if we look at 3, they told us 9 is 88. This is 9. They told us 8 is 110. This is 8. And they told us to find the measure of angle 6, which is up here. Am I inside the triangle at all? All right, how do I go from 88 and get inside? What's this relationship? Supplementary. So we're going to say 180 minus 88, and I believe that's going to be 92. For those of you who did this and did this well, let me know if I make a mistake. What is this relationship? So I'm going to take 180 minus 110, and I get 70. Am I now inside the triangle? How do I find the angle I need? I'll take 70 plus 92. I'll get 162. And what do I do with it after I get the sum? So 180 minus 162 is 87. How about 18? Does that look right? Now, what if I wanted this angle? What would that be? 18, because they're vertical. How would I get that angle if I wanted that angle? What's this relationship? Supplementary, so this would be 162. What was this angle then? 162. What is this angle over here? Vertical. Vertical angles are equal. What is this angle? Y. Vertical, so that's 88. What is this angle here? Y. Vertical with that. What is this angle here? Y. Vertical with that. So you're working with linear pair, you're working with vertical angles, and you're working with the triangle sum. Next question, and we'll stay on triangle sum a little bit longer. Number 5. All right, so I'm going to erase all of that. 5 said that 12 is 77. They told us 3 is 112. And they told us they want you to find the measure of angle 6. Again, it's all about what? Getting inside the triangle. If this is 77, what is this? Because they are vertical. What's this relationship? So how do we get inside? 180 minus 112 is going to be 68. All right, now how do we get to the question mark? 77 and 68 is 5, 13, 145. So we'll say 180 minus 145 is 35. Did I get the 6 requested? Did I do that one right? I'm doing this really fast. This was number 5. I have no answers on my worksheet. Is that right? This is supposed to be question 5. Am I right? Okay. So then they asked you for angle 2, and this is angle 2 right here. How do I get angle 2 if this one's 35? 180 minus 35 is 145. Any others on triangle sum? Yes. Okay. So 6, let's get rid of all of this. 6 said 9 is 80. It said 4 is 26. Again, what do you have to do? You have to get inside. If this is 80, what is this? How did you know? 180 subtract 80 is 100. I need to see the work. If this is 26, what is this? Why? Vertical angles are congruent. How do I get this unknown angle? Okay, so we take 126, add them together, and then we're going to say 180 minus 126 is going to be 487, 54. So I think that was one of the ones they asked for. The other one they asked for was number or letter. They said find the measure of angle 5. That's 6. Now this is 5. How do I find the measure of angle 5? 180 minus 54 is 126. 5, 6, 6. What were my answers? I had 126. You messed up somewhere. Yeah, the one number 5 was 145 and 35. That's 6. All right, yes. So we're going to get rid of this, and 4 said 2 is 115, and 11 is 100, and we want angle, okay, again, you've got to get inside the triangle. If this is 100, what is this? Kayla? 80. How'd you do it? 180 minus 100. How do we get inside the triangle using this one? 180 minus 115 is going to be 65. So now how are we going to get this angle over here? And
wouldn't it just be 80? Because it's isosceles?
who said it was isosceles? Oh, you better never go with my drawing. Okay, so the total is 145, so 180 minus 145 is 35. So this is 35. That is angle 7. They want angle 3. How do I get angle 3? 180 minus 35 is 145. So 7 through 12 were good? You like those? That was the algebra piece? Number 9? And it's still in the triangle sum, right? Okay. So number 9, I'm in the wrong worksheet. Number 9 had angle A, angle B, angle C. What do we know about the angles of a triangle? What do we know about the angles of a triangle? They sum up to 180. So x plus 1 plus x plus 5 plus x plus 9 should equal 180. All right, so that's 3 x's plus 15 equals 180. Subtract your 15. You're going to get something. 165 divided by 3, what do we get? 55? All right. So did I tell you on the answers, did I say x equals 55? So I think I did that so you knew you were in the right direction, but that's not what I asked for, is it? What did I ask for? Measure of angle B. And angle B's expression happened to be x plus 5. So that's going to be x, which is 55 plus 5. It is 60. That's, pardon? I should have given you x equals 50. 60. Yeah. So x was 55 and the answer was 60. Just in the event that the second one was wrong, at least you know if you were going in the right direction. Do you have a pass, sir? All right, so now we're on the isosceles triangle worksheet. Any questions on that one? Samantha? All right. The key on this one is you had to draw a picture. Must draw a picture. So here's my triangle. And on 6, we have ABC. So we'll say ABC. And what did they tell us? They told us that the measure of angle B is equal to the measure of angle C. This is not what I got to in class. If you went online and finished the notes, the converse of what we did in class is also true. In other words, if you have two angles in a triangle, then the side opposite those angles are congruent. Okay? So if you see two angles, you have to pick the congruent sides. I've told you that AB is 2x minus 6. I told you BC is 4x plus 5, and AC is 5x minus 45. So these are not angles. They do not add to 180. These are sides. What equation do you use to solve? There's no right angle. You need that box. And wow, that would have been pretty messy too. Yeah. 2x minus 6 equals 5x minus 45. Why did you write that? How do you know they're equal? Look at that. Why were you given 4x plus 5? Not necessarily to confuse you, but it was to make sure you understood the geometry. If I did not give you this, and I just gave you these two, you could possibly get the correct answer and not really understand the geometry. It does not make sense to set these equal because these sides are not necessarily equal. It does not make sense to set those equal because those sides are not necessarily equal. But you do know that those two sides are. Subtracting 2x, you're going to get 3x minus 45. Adding 45, you're going to get 39. X equals 13, and I don't know what I asked for. Find the value of x. Next. Kayla, you had one. Okay, so let's look. All right, so in this case, we've got P, A, W. And on 5, this is 5, they told us that AW was equal to WP. All right, A is 3x plus 2. W is x plus 10. Now, these are angles. What is P? Is it 3x plus 2 or x plus 10? 3x plus 2. Why? Because if these two sides are equal, then the angles opposite those sides are equal. Then what should you do? Okay, 2 times 3x plus 2 plus x plus 10. Right. Now you could have added this twice. So this is going to be 6x plus 4 plus x plus 10. Oh, it just changed colors on me. Wow. So this is going to be 7x, and it changed back. Go figure. Plus 14 equals 180. When you subtract 14, you're going to get 166. Divide by 7. Someone want to do that for me? Okay, I messed it up. 23.71? Actually, that is what I got. Okay, so now let's see what they asked for. Number 5, they asked for the measure of angle P. So I should say 3 times 23.71 plus 2. And I think I did that. So if I multiply by 3, I'm going to have 3, 21, carry your 2, 9, 10, 11, carry 1, 6, 71, plus our 2 is going to be 73.13. Sounds like you did everything right, just maybe arithmetic mistake. Other questions on this worksheet? Leslie. All right, so number 7, let me get rid of all my writing. Again, if you didn't draw a picture, I wouldn't have been able to do it. We now have triangle ABC. A, B, C, and they told us this time that B is equal to A. What's equal? AC and BC, the sides opposite the angle. This side is not opposite because it helps form those angles. They told us AB is 6x plus 8, BC is 4x minus 9, AC is 2x plus 11. Leslie, what's your equation going to be? Perfect. Yep. So you're going to add 9 and you're going to get 20. You're going to subtract 2, you're going to get 2x. X equals 10. Time for one more. Anybody have another one? Caitlin. All right. Number 8 had A, B, C again, but this time which angles are equal? A and C. Caitlin, what sides are equal because those angles are equal? Good. So they told you that AB is 8x minus 3, BC is 2x plus 33, and AC is 10x plus 3. What equation do you write? Right. 10x or 2x? Okay, so I'm going to disagree with you there. How am I going to disagree? What does this say? Do you see that tick mark over here? So can you set those equal? Can you set those equal?
No.
So what do you have to set equal? Right, 2x plus 33. Subtract your 2, you'll have 6x. Add your 3, you'll have 36. X equals 6. All right. If you would, all right, let's try to do this quickly. Who has their investigation? Let's see. Let's look at, maybe I don't have it in here. Angle sum, base angles. Page 9 of your investigation. Okay? Pull that out, get out a sheet of patty paper. What does it say? Exploring mid-segment of a triangle. We're going to do this a little bit differently. Do you like fractions? Okay, we're going to do this write this a little bit differently than the book did. Mid-segment of a triangle is a segment that connects the midpoints of two sides of the triangle. All right. Mid-segment is parallel to the third side. That's the side it doesn't touch. And the mid-segment, how about and it takes two? and it takes 2 midsegments to equal the third side. So let me try to put that in more of a mathematical term. What does this mean? This means that 2 times the midsegment equals the third side. Now, your book doesn't write it this way. They say the midsegment equals half the third side. This is how we avoid fractions. Now, you could have said midsegment plus midsegment equals third side. Now, this brings us back to our parallel unit. There are so many things that are going to be true because of this parallel. So when you see midsegment of a triangle, I don't even want you to read the rest of the problem. I want you to go to your picture, and I want you to mark, if this is a midsegment, that means A is a midpoint. That means D is a midpoint. So we've got that relationship going. That means that this side is parallel to that side. The parallel relationship tells me that if I trace these 2 angles, what letter is formed? Which means that that angle is equal to this angle. If I were to trace this side, these 2 sides, and this side, what else is formed? An F, meaning that this angle is equal to that angle. I dare say, if we trace these, the sides of A and the sides of B, what's formed? A C or a U, meaning these angles right here are what? Supplementary. Similarly, if we were to trace these 2 sides, what would be true about these 2 angles? They're same side interior, so they're also supplementary. Oh my goodness, what I could do with one of these problems. So let's look at what they gave us. They told us AE is 4x minus 15, and they told us AB is 2x plus 23. What equation can I write? Trevor, what equation can I write? Look at my picture. Okay, so you say 4x minus 15 is equal to 2x plus 23. This is a midpoint. We worked with midpoints at the beginning of the year. Instead of giving you AB, what could I have given you instead? EB. At which point you would have had to take 2 EAs and set it equal to that. From here, we would subtract 2x. We would add 15. 3, that's 38. Then we would divide by 2 and get 19. Now, if I want the length of EB, that's this whole side. How do I do that? Kayla Shipley? If x is 19, how am I going to get this whole side? Can you get part of it? Okay, so if I say 4 times 19 minus 15, 4 times 9 is 30, so that's going to be 76 minus 15, or 61. So this is 61 right here. What is this? 61. So what is EB? here all the way down.
22.
How did you get that? 61 plus 61 is 122. So that's one way I could work with mid-segment. Mid-segment of a triangle is parallel. You've already written this, to the third side, and the mid-segment is twice the length of the third side. So you don't have to write this again. You already have it. And I don't think I gave you anything. So if I tell you that this is 10, how do I get this length? 2 times mid-segment, this is your formula, you could say, equals third side. What is the 10? Is it the third side or the mid-segment? So 2 times 10 is equal to the third side. What's the third side? The third side is 20. All right, so let's change it up, and let's not tell you this is 10. Suppose I told you that this over here was 40. Now what would you do? Which part of this so-called formula would we substitute 40 in? The third side. So now how am I going to solve for the mid-segment? What do you have to do? What do you do? Nick, what do you do? How do you undo the 2 times? Where are your glasses? You're going to divide by 2 and you're going to get 20. You should have told me. We could have moved you up front. All right. So BD is a midsegment of triangle ACE. If BD is a midsegment, we know this segment equals this segment. We know this segment equals this segment. We know this is parallel. First thing I do is mark my diagram. I want a picture on each problem on your homework. If CBD is 56, find angle A. What must angle A be? Eric, what must angle A be? If CBD is 56, what's angle A? 56 corresponding angles because lines are parallel. If BD is 15, what is AE? And you're going to show me 2 times 15 equals 30, correct? Okay, you got to show me the work. BD is the midsegment again. That means this is equal to this because that's a midpoint. This is equal to this because that's a midpoint. We know these are parallel. Now they're telling us angle BDE. BDE, this is 125. They want this angle up here. So what is this right here? What is that? A triangle. If this is 125, what is this angle? Pardon? 50. I'm not sure I gave you enough information for this problem. 55. This is not isosceles. And I know this is 55. Oh, still not enough. Sorry about that. I didn't give you enough information. Okay, pretend like I didn't do that. We'll just wipe that one away. All right, let's focus on this one. If BD is 3x plus 4, minus 4, and AE is 9x minus 20, what equation do you write to solve for x? Yes, sir.
Is it 2 parentheses 3x minus 4 equals 9x minus 20?
You're good. You're real good. Okay, this is the deal. Remember, it takes 2 what? Mid-segments to equal what? The third side. So if you have this written, when in doubt, write this. You've got 2. This is the mid-segment. That's the third side. All right, so what I have not done is I haven't done this great big diagram. But I'm going to go ahead and set this up in the event you want to go listen. Because this is a midpoint, we know 7W minus 8 is equal to 5W minus 12. Because T is a midpoint, we know 3P plus 10 is equal to 7P minus 22. Because that is a mid-segment, we know 5Y minus 8 is equal to 2Y plus 16. And because these are same side interior angles, we know 3x minus 4 plus 5x plus 9 equals 180.